Hello and welcome to my world. I'm of course Fred Kaz, and as you know, 7 nights a week I stream live over on Twitch playing a variety of video games. The link to my Twitch channel can be found in the description below. First, one big announcement before we get to this week's commentary, which is of course going to be about Twitch things. Starting this upcoming Monday, the week of September 14th, we are going to start playing Marvel's Avengers on the Xbox One. We'll be doing the story mode starting on Monday. So this is the time of this video is Friday. That means Monday we're going to start playing this. And of course those streams will eventually get ported over here to YouTube. So let's talk about Twitch Sings. As many of you know, Saturday nights have been dedicated to Twitch Sings. Typically those end up being some of the longest streams of the week, being about 4 to 6.5 hours long. Typically it's 4 hours, but there's times we go well beyond that depending on my mood and what we're doing and so forth. But it was announced last week Twitch Sings is closing down on January 1st, 2021. And it's very disappointing because particularly I really do enjoy singing. I will admit, I can't sing a lick. I'm a terrible singer, but I have fun. I've definitely noticed that over the course of time, I've gotten better in terms of being able to hold notes, find ranges, and staying on beat with a lot of songs. They're particularly the more older stuff from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s. I'm definitely more comfortable with as opposed to the 90s, noughties, and 2010s or 20 teens or whatever it is you want to call them. It's definitely been a positive experience. A lot of the people who've bothered to follow me have come through Twitch Sings. And I've definitely sang with a lot of people on a reoccurring basis. Some folks I come to know is like I definitely consider friends. Folks like Foxy Melly and Kalanol definitely come to mind at the top of that list. Merlin Temple, Marvel Maven, El Canadiano, Gloop Dog, Weasel Games, Aphonic Photon, Monkey Wrench, Chantry Ray, and so many others I've come to know or sang with, and it's without question Twitch Sings has been a very, very positive experience. If anything, Twitch Sings has definitely been the one night a week where I would just cut loose a bit. My focus isn't totally on whatever game I'm playing, and so I definitely can cut loose, and it's the most relaxing stream of the week. Because my attention isn't focused on a game and trying to stay alive or get an objective done or something of that nature. Now, why Twitch Sings is closing down? Well, let's think about it. This probably could have been predicted. You go back to earlier this year where Twitch there was a whole big DMCA issue with going on Twitch. Many streamers were getting temporarily suspended or banned because they had clips and other things that had major music on it, and the record recording industry basically got on their high horse once again, as they always seem to do every year or so. And typically we see it a lot here on YouTube, but it was actually the first time it's really happened over on Twitch in my time being over there. And basically this caused a whole bunch of rigmarole, and many people forgot about that because they kind of got overshadowed by the Twitch blackout in early July with everything of that. So one major thing ran right into another, and most people forgot that the DMCA issue was a major part of this summer for over on Twitch. And and primarily we kind of saw it coming. It was like, okay, here is a game that Twitch is have out there for free, where folks get to sing all sorts of popular songs, do duets, and post videos, and Twitch is hosting these videos, and the record industry probably not seeing much, if any, real revenue from that, or because hey, this is just karaoke and so forth. Now, maybe there was something on the sly where Twitch, Amazon was running ads on any VODs and stuff. I personally never seen any of those ads, but according to Gloop Dog, that's been the case. I'm going to take his word for it, which makes me think that maybe some folks were doing things that they weren't supposed to. Be that as it may, but quite frankly, maybe the headache of dealing with the record industry and licensing music was just too big of a headache to deal with, and it's always an issue. It is always an issue. When I port a stream over to from Twitch here to YouTube, I always have to go back and check and see, okay, if potentially they could be monetized. I have to check and go through them and see, okay, oh, this song has gotten flagged for one reason or another. Okay, go through, try and mute the song out, and so forth. And YouTube's definitely increased some tools in that regard to make that a lot simpler and a lot easier and user friendly. But it's when you're factoring in that you have to deal with that constant concern that some record labels and major music organizations are just always going to be super protective of certain songs or certain artists. It just drives you nuts. Really, it does. Probably the one record label or two that the one that definitely comes to mind that's always a pain in the neck is the Warner Music Group, which typically ends up licensing out a ton of songs on video games. So it ends up being a major headache. So from my point of view, it comes down to whoever was primarily responsible with licensing music for Twitch Sings, and for them to be for the karaoke portion and for the duets to be able to be done and so forth. Whoever was overseeing that probably got to the point where it just became too much of a hassle to deal with. And from what I understand, though, that those responsible for the licensing and staying on the ball with that is a group called Harmonix, who was also behind the Rock Band games. And according to some folks, that they have always had a slippery history when it comes to keeping the license for music current. And I did saw some articles and stuff from years ago regarding Rock Band where, okay, certain licenses ran out for certain songs and achievements became impossible to do because the songs were no longer acquirable for the games and so forth. So there's that in and of itself. So if that's the case, okay, fair enough. Now, where would that leave what will become of Saturday nights without Twitch Sings come 2021? Well, more than likely it's going to be going back to some sort of gaming. Probably we'll get some dedication onto some PC gaming again. Granted, we do does like Overwatch and Twitch and Star Trek Online. I play on the PC, but we might add a dedicate Saturday nights to one night playthroughs of small point and click games and so forth. But that's always something at the back of my mind in terms of, okay, what's going to be the next games we want to play. And if we're going that route, That means that we'll probably end up finishing more games in next year because it's like Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC. So you technically gain that night back and dedicate that for regular gaming. So there's definitely things there. Could try and do what we intended to do last year with the Friday nights dedicated to fighting games, because there are many of those that I want to play again, and again, and just have nights dedicated to certain things. So Saturday night Switch games, Friday night fighting games, so Thursday Star Trek Online, Wednesdays being like the secondary adventure game, Mondays and Tuesdays being the big adventure game, and Sunday nights Overwatch. But again, that's something that I'm considering, but a lot of stuff is pretty damn fluid depending on what games I have and what things I feel like will make for interesting content. Anyway, with that said, we'll figure things out. So till next time, when I hope all of you have yourself a great week. Be sure to come over to Twitch and hang out with me live. I stream 7 nights a week, starting about 9:30 Mondays to Fridays, and 7 o'clock on Saturdays and Sundays. And sometimes I even do like a morning stream, primarily focused around some workout routines. But there's that as well. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have yourselves a good one, and we'll talk to you next time.